Stevens, Chief Executive Officer here at America's favorite airport, Tampa International, and I want to thank you all for being here today for this momentous occasion. And I'd like to take an opportunity to welcome to our airport today some very special guests from the Caymanian government, starting with the Deputy Premier and Minister of Tourism and Trade and Development for Cayman Islands, the Honorable Gary Rudy. I'd also like to welcome the Minister for Planning, Lands, Agriculture, Housing, and Infrastructure, the Honorable J.E. Banks. And Deputy Speaker of the House, the Honorable Perlina L. McGaw-Lumsden. Also with us today is Captain Chris Bergstrom, the Deputy Chairman of the Board of Directors for Cayman Airways, along with several other members of the Cayman airline team, as well as their family members and guests. So let's give them all one final warm round of applause. Now, before all of our wonderful passengers head off to Grand Cayman to enjoy the famous hospitality and world-renowned and world-class beaches, we want to mark these past 4 decades of nonstop flights between TPA and Owen Roberts International Airport in Georgetown. Now, many of us probably don't remember where we were 40 years ago. I was not even born. But I tell you what we were up to. Tampa International and Cayman Airways, we were up to forging a tremendous relationship that would connect both people and cultures and strengthen it year after year. So I want to give a huge shout out to Cayman Airways for being our partner since 1985 and our longest serving airline to the Caribbean region.
Wow.
Yeah. They fly this nonstop route 5 times a week, which makes Tampa Bay the destination with the second highest number of flights amongst U.S. cities for Cayman Airways, only behind Miami. Yes. All right, but this is the best place that Cayman
That's
flies.
right.
And this relationship illustrates just how important it has been not only to our airport, but the entire Tampa Bay community. When you consider the fact that Florida as a whole exports more than $350 million in goods to Cayman each and every year. It's also an ideal destination to take a break, which, of course, with the holiday busy season, all of us can use that, right? And take in all the beauty that the wonderful Cayman Islands has to offer. And over the past year, approximately 17,000 visitors from the Tampa Bay catchment area visited the Cayman Islands to enjoy everything that island visitors would want to enjoy on a beautiful trip there. And now I mentioned that there are some VIPs here with us today. So let me give them a moment to have the floor and say a couple of words about this wonderful 40-year relationship between the island and Tampa Bay. So it is my absolute pleasure to welcome to the podium our very distinguished guest, the Honorable Gary Rudy. Gary.
Thank you, appreciate it. Good evening. The last time I cut a cake cost me 31 of the best years of my life. I'm looking forward for another 40 here at Cayman Airways in Tampa. Honorable J.E. Banks, Cayman Islands Minister for Planning, Lands, Agriculture, Housing, and Infrastructure, just about everything in the Cayman Islands. Honorable Deputy Speaker, Member of Parliament, Perlina McGaw-Lumsden, Mr. Christopher Minner, Chief of Commercial Officer, Tampa International Airport, Captain Chris Bergstrom, Deputy Chairman of the Cayman Airways Board of Directors, and also 35 years of flying into Tampa. Paul Tibbetts, Chief Financial Officer for Cayman Airways, and members of the Cayman Airways family, and also Mr. David Murray, founder of Morris Resort in Grand Cayman. Other distinguished guests, travelers, and our friends from the Tampa Bay community, I wish you all a very good afternoon. It is truly an honor to be here celebrating this remarkable milestone. 40 years of Cayman Airways service connecting Tampa and Grand Cayman. 40 years of memories, friendships, economic growth, and countless journeys that have brought our two communities closer than ever before. For many Caymanians, including myself, Tampa has always been more than a destination. It is a familiar place where Caymanians have traveled for education, medical care, shopping, and weekend getaways. Oh, how I dread that credit card statement come January. Caymanians have built so many meaningful ties here, and we are happy to return again and again, knowing that Cayman Airways will always carry us safely back to our shores. For our Floridian friends, the Cayman Islands have become a favorite home away from home. Over the years, thousands of visitors from Tampa have discovered the beauty of our beaches, the warmth of our people, and the unmistakable feeling of Cayman kindness found only within our shores. For 4 decades, the partnership between the Cayman Islands and Tampa has supported small businesses, strengthened our tourism industry, and opened doors for cultural exchange. But this route has never been just about convenience. It has been about forging deep and genuine, lasting connections. Families have been reunited, students have pursued their dreams, and businesses on both sides have grown because Cayman Airways has remained committed to serving this vital link. And the past 40 years have taught us that when Cayman Airways builds an air bridge, it is safe, dependable, well supported, and built to endure. From my own personal perspective, in 1938, when my mother was 6 years old, she took her first trip to Tampa with her mom and board a famous locally built Cayman schooner called the Adams for her brother to receive medical attention for pneumonia. He was just 4 years at the time. In 1968, my mother was most instrumental in the formation of Cayman Airways. She wrote an approximately 120-page document on a manual typewriter to what was the FAA at the time to request permission for Cayman Airways to commence service to the USA. It warms my heart to see how much we have progressed from those early days, and I know my dear mom would also be overjoyed and very proud of what we've established with this partnership here today. My father was a seaman, and he often came to Tampa on a boat called the Mispa. Over the years, when he saved enough money, he was able to enroll at the University of Florida to do business in 1954. The historical connection between the Cayman Islands and Tampa runs deep, and as Minister of Tourism, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has played a role in sustaining this route. From the visionaries who launched it in 1985, to the pilots, flight crews, engineers, ground staff, administrators, Sharon Brown, and all who have upheld the Cayman Airways standard of excellence every single day. To the Tampa community, thank you for welcoming Cayman Airways all those years ago and for continuing to believe in the value of this partnership. Thank you for being part of our story and for allowing us to be part of yours. Today is not just a celebration of what we have accomplished, but a chance to look ahead with optimism and ambition. Because while 40 years is a tremendous achievement, we look forward to another 40 years and far beyond of deeper, greater partnership, increased connectivity, and shared success. As Minister, I am committed to this route and to expanding opportunities for both leisure and business travelers to ensure that Cayman Airways remains a symbol of reliability, national pride, and world-class service. To Cayman Airways, may your wings continue to carry our people, our culture, and our values with pride. And to all the passengers who have traveled this route over the past 4 decades, thank you for making this connection meaningful. We could not have achieved this wonderful milestone without your support. And so, as we honor the past, embrace the present, and boldly shape the future together, I say, happy anniversary, Cayman Airways Tampa route. May the next 40 years be brighter. Thank you, may God bless you, and safe travels. And thank you for flying Cayman Airways.
Deputy Mayor, thank you for those fantastic words and for your commitment to ensuring such a strong and long-lasting relationship between the island and the Tampa Bay community. And also thank you for sharing a bit of that history about your family and their role and the leadership that they have played in helping forge these relationships. As a small token of our thanks, we'd like to present you with our traditional TPA gift. So one of our model aircraft with a special TPA livery featuring the colors of our Spirit of Flight logo. So Deputy Premier, if you could just come up and let me present you with this wonderful little token of our
Oh, that's
appreciation.
beautiful.
Thank you.
And also from our island and our people to you as well. Yes, thank you. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
So he's coming to look for us in Cayman, so everybody has to help me make sure you get the best hospitality possible. Good.
And now, as I said, we have a additional group of dedicated people from Cayman Airways who work tirelessly to ensure your travel experience today and every day is the best that it can possibly be. So representing our airline partners with Cayman Airways is Deputy Chairman of Cayman Airways Board of Directors, Captain Chris Bergstrom.
It's hard to follow a politician, you know. Deputy Premier, thank you for your wonderful remarks about our wonderful country. And to the Tampa Airport dignitaries, thank you for hosting us and putting on such an amazing afternoon. It really is an honor for us to be here, and we appreciate the effort and the energy that's gone into this. Just before I get started, I'd also like to say a big thank you to our Cayman Airways team who has put all this together. It's truly amazing, and we really appreciate all the hard work. So please give them a big round of applause. Of course, none of this would be possible without our wonderful passengers. So everybody that's here flying down and paying for seats today, thank you for your business. Without you, we're not here. So we really appreciate it. So, with protocol established, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and friends of Tampa and the Cayman Islands. Today, we're proud to celebrate a very special milestone with 40 years of nonstop air service between Tampa and Grand Cayman. This route is far more than just a flight number on a schedule. It's a living connection between two communities that has shared history, opportunity, and family ties, as the Deputy Premier mentioned, for generations and generations. Long before the route ever took to the skies, Caymanians were already in Tampa putting down their roots along the Gulf Coast. In the 1960s and 70s, many Caymanian seafarers settled here in Tampa and in other Gulf cities, drawn by opportunity and the natural maritime bond that connects our people. Tampa became a second home for many Caymanian families, a place where culture, community, and commerce flourished. 40 years ago, December the 16th, 1985, was when this route was first established, and it did something powerful. It made those connections easier, faster, and stronger. In fact, this was only the third international route ever launched by Tampa International Airport, a testament to both the foresight of the airport and of the importance of the Cayman Islands as an international partner. What followed was truly special. The Tampa Cayman route quickly became one that travelers embraced, not just for family reunions, but for leisure, business, and discovery. Over time, the Cayman Islands has become Tampa's premier Caribbean destination, introducing generations of travelers to our crystal clear waters, warm hospitality, and vibrant culture. Most importantly, this route has carried people, parents, children, students, grandparents, workers, and dreamers, strengthening the human ties that define our shared story. Today, as we celebrate 40 years of service, we also celebrate the enduring relationship between Tampa and the Cayman Islands, one built on trust, history, and mutual respect. As we look forward, we do so with confidence that this route will continue to serve as a bridge between our communities for many, many years to come. Thank you to Tampa International Airport, our airline partners, and to everyone who has made this route such a long and lasting success. Here's to 40 years of connection, opportunity, and a shared journey. Thank you. Cheers.
So, ladies and gentlemen, to all of our distinguished guests, all of our partners at Cayman Airways, and all of our passengers and patrons that visit Tampa International Airport, thank you all for joining us today. We hope you enjoy the cassava cake, the punch, the fantastic sounds of Caymanian artist Mr. Stuart Wilson. Give it up for him. That Cayman Airways has so graciously provided and brought to you all before your flight. We're looking forward to seeing you all again. And until then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and wishing you safe travels and all of God's blessings. Thank you very much. Oh, absolutely.
So, before we wrap this up, I just want to recognize Miss Sharon Brown. Where's Miss Sharon Brown go? Miss Sharon, come here, honey. I was in business probably 35 years before I am where I am today. But I have to say, I've known Sharon for the last 4 months, and I don't think I've got as many compliments from any employee that I've had as much as I have with her. Sharon, you do a fantastic job of representing Cayman Airways and the Caymanian people with pride. I know you feel like one of us, and I hope for one day I'll speak to Michael Miles to make sure he become one of us as well. Cut that!
Your Deputy Honorary Mayor. Today is a dream for me, because having come here 40 years ago and built a little baby called Tortuga Club, and promising the government I would bring in 30,000 families. And throughout those 38 years, until today actually, I want to thank, if I may call you Gary, because I've known you 40 years, and your dad as well. Friends for a long time, and more to come. But in those days, everybody thought I was crazy to take on that gamble. But I am crazy, and I will stay crazy. But Gary, I want to thank you very much indeed for inviting me today, because it really means so much to me, because people didn't think I would do what I did. But for you inviting me and taking me royally to meet your team, which I did, and I've never seen such a lovely team you've built. I was so impressed with Sharon and Robert and Mr. Paul Tibbetts, who took me through everything, and you have such a wonderful future. We have a wonderful future. Whereas at the start of the year, I started my new building called the Genevieve at the club, because I'm having to build, because our reputation out there has become so great that we're 98% full year in, year out, and no one has that. So I've had to start building, although I was a bit perturbed at the start of the year how the economy is going to be, but I took it on. But I had to, because people are cramming to come to the island. So what you've done, and I'm very proud, because I'm your #1 partner, Cayman Islands, and I intend to be. But the bad news is, Mr. Gary, if I may say so, I know you're going to do a job getting more and more people coming into the island, but I've just taken on another venture now, which I think you will see for the future, is a place called Canada, Montreal. I started it 5 years ago, and that badge has done more for anybody, you know, to promote Cayman. And my future and my next dream, which funny enough, God looks down on me in many ways. I've got now my Caymanians coming to your beautiful island, and vice versa. I want to do the same for them. So that is my goal, and actually I'm hoping my friends from Cayman Airways will help me some way or t'other. But between us, we are a team, and as the song goes, in the Freddie Mercury, we are the champions. Cayman, Canada, Commonwealth in particular. So thanks everybody, but we all deserve a laugh anyway. And Gary, thank you very much indeed. Thanks everybody. I appreciate it.
Gentlemen, if I can indulge you for just another moment, we have another very special guest here with us today, Mr. Joe DeCesar, who was the Cayman Airways station manager here in Tampa for over 30 years, almost 40 years. And Joe is with us today. So, please come up, Joe. So, Joe and I have had a privilege of being fellow employee of his for over 35 years. He had a head start on me, obviously, and I think we retired around the same time, Joe. So anyway, please give Joe a big hand of applause because of him that we are what we are here. So.
Walking through Tampa International Airport and hearing some amazing music that sounds very local. Let's check this out. Look at this. Wow.
Sandra, how you doing?
I'm good.
What are you doing?
So, check out the full display here, right by the Christmas tree.
Joe, on behalf of Cayman Airways Tampa team, we'd like to wish you and thank you for all you have done. Without you, there would be no Cayman Airways in Tampa. We present you with a little token to say thank you for all your glorious years here.
Thank you.
All right, so we're here speaking with Mr. Joe. Mr. Joe, everybody's calling you Mr. Joe, but give us your full name.
Joe DeCesar.
Joe, thank you so much. Tell us a little bit about, you're synonymous with the Cayman Airways, counter here. You've been here from day one.
Yes, I opened the station.
Yes.
40 years ago.
40 years.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was like 40 years ago?
Yes, we had just about, I think, 2 flights a week when I first started, and then we progressed until we got a complete schedule out of
Right.
here.
And from your experience, did people have any idea where Cayman was until this flight started, like the Tampa people?
Well, I don't believe they did.
And then, of
they
course,
would go, what?
Yeah, exactly. But this direct route has made an absolute difference.
I've had a fantastic time here. Really, I have. And I just love the Cayman folks. They're just fantastic folks.
Yes.
So,
well, thank you so much. This is such a pleasure to see Cayman Airways celebrating 48 years. I was actually living in Tampa at the time when it started. So I remember hearing about, wow, a little small island that sometimes didn't even show up on the map 40 years ago had a direct flight to an international airport like Tampa. So that was pretty amazing. You've had quite a career here.
I sure have. I've been out at Tampa Airport for quite a while.
Wow.
Even prior to Cayman Airways.
Yeah. Well, congratulations for your long service. Of course, the people of the Cayman Islands love you and appreciate all that you've done.
Oh, I know. I love the folks. They really do. It was never a job. Just a fantastic ride.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joe. All right, so we're here speaking to Ms. Jan Lawrence, who has been living in Tampa for over 20 years now, at least. And she is an integral part of the Tampa Grand Cayman connection. So tell us a little bit about why this route is so important to you.
Sandra, I don't live in Tampa. I reside in Tampa.
You reside.
My heart is in Cayman. I live in Cayman. But they say home is where your heart is.
Yeah.
So Cayman is my home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'll see you over there. I'm gonna head over.
yeah, Caymanians have always had a strong connection with Tampa. But strangely enough, I had never been here until I moved here.
Wow.
Never been
Okay.
here. I came here because my son was ill, and we transferred him from Miami Children's Hospital when the doctor left the All Children's Hospital. So
Right.
that's how I ended up here.
Wow.
And I've embedded myself in the Tampa community because I homeschool my kids,
Yeah.
as well as the Caymanian community.
Right.
I don't like to say, but I think I'm probably the glue in the Caymanian community.
Yeah.
Because I was probably the first one here, that Caymanians that moved here.
Yeah.
And as everybody knows, I'm the connection for Caymanian patients that come up here to Moffett, or for any reason really, and for Caymanian students, so that they have a place, a person that they can reach out to, and a place they can call home,
Yeah.
which is
Absolutely.
my house really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Jan. Really appreciate you taking a few minutes and speaking
And-
with us.
And Cayman Airways, let me tell you, when I get homesick, everybody's going to laugh at this, and it's a true story. My kids are when I'm homesick, I get in my car and I drive and I go look for that surf turtle that's parked right out there.
Aww.
Makes me feel at home.
That's amazing. Thank you. All right, here with Miss Marva Reed, who of course has a long, extensive history with Cayman Airways, as they're celebrating today on Monday their 40th year of nonstop service to Tampa. So Marva, tell us a little bit about your history with Cayman Airways, because you go way back.
Absolutely. So, hello, Cayman. That's okay. There we go. So, hello, Cayman. Hello, Tampa. Hello, the world. So, just to say that I worked with Cayman Airways as a flight attendant many moons ago. Let's just say that. But Tampa was one of my favorite places to fly into, because when I was flying with Cayman Airways, we flew to Tampa and then went on to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta back to Tampa, and then on to Grand Cayman. So it's been quite some time, because I've been gone from Cayman Airways now for about 25, 26 years.
Wow.
Yes. So love Tampa, and of course my family lives here now. So yes, I'm happy to be here celebrating.
Yes. Do you remember when the route opened? Because I remember it distinctly, because I lived in Tampa at the time. I was 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I was living here since I was 9. It was such big excitement, because for me, it really put Cayman on the map for the Tampa area, to Tampa Bay area. Do you remember anything distinct about when the Tampa route started? Were there people that you all of a sudden were able to go to university here that maybe wouldn't have gone here before?
Don't remember anything distinctively,
Yeah.
but I am sure that the opportunities was here, because of course I've had family living here in Tampa from many years back. I'm family
Yeah.
to the Tibbetses, and the Tibbetses have lived here and had development, with businesses and stuff. So,
Yeah.
and just coming up a few days ago on the flight, there were two girls that I know from the BRAC, and they said to me, wow, we've been flying to Tampa for the past 40 years, 50 years actually, because they have a sister that lives here in the Tampa area.
Right.
So they know from the first flight, and they were telling me how excited they were when Cayman Airways started to do the flights, that they
Yeah.
were able to fly then on Cayman Airways to get here.
Yes, that real direct connection. Well, it's amazing to be here today celebrating with so many people.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Marva. Good to hear from you.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Jahira Goodwin, having an amazing time at Cayman Airways at the Tampa International Airport, celebrating 40 years of non-stop service. So
Correct.
tell us a little bit about your history. First of all, congratulations. You are the manager for the North American
Yes, I'm
sales.
sales
Yeah.
director for Cayman Airways and for North America. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here. We're excited to be
Yes.
here. 40 years is a very long time to be in anything or do anything, and to
Yes.
be in and out of TPA. It's a legacy that we all have. As a former USF alumni, I actually also traveled in and out of TPA on Cayman Airways. So I have a personal connection to Tampa, personal connection obviously to Cayman and Cayman Airways. So it's really exciting.
This is amazing. So tell us, what is it about Tampa International Airport that you think is so endearing and that you really enjoy flying into this destination?
You know, they make it easy. They really make it easy to get in and out of. Whether you're coming in domestically or internationally, I think that's part of it. Just the charm of what they do and the people that are here. I work closely with the TPA staff to make sure we promote Cayman and Cayman Airways here in Tampa, and they make that quite easily as well. And of course, Phoebe. Whoever doesn't know Phoebe, and they have one of the best Instagram accounts there too. If you're not following them, really, really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So lots of celebrations here today. I'm wishing you guys continued success with this route. This route is, for me personally, this is the route because it started when I was 12 years old and I lived in Tampa at the time, and it really put Cayman on the map. So congrats to Cayman Airways.
Much. Absolutely. Thank you.
Here interviewing Josh Pollock. He actually works with Cayman Airways. So tell us a little bit about your position at Cayman Airways, Josh.
I am the Director of Business Development. Been there roughly about 2 years now.
Okay.
Up here supporting 40 years of continuous service of Tampa International and Tampa. Long-term partnership that's been very beneficial, obviously for all of us in Cayman. Me personally, as from Tampa, I met my wife here, who is up here at University of South Florida from Cayman. And 17 years later, I've made Cayman my home, and it's all because of this flight.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
I mean, this flight has had so many connections and memories for people. I was sharing earlier that I remember when the route started 40 years ago. I was only 12 years old, but I was actually living in Tampa. So lots of connections, I think, have emerged because of this direct flight between, Tampa International Airport and Grand Cayman. So thank you guys so much for putting on a wonderful event today. And here's to another 40 plus 40 years.
Absolutely, and keeping everyone connected, whether you're in Cayman or you're here, those family ties are too important.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Josh. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You taught me so many things about Australia.